This just in, did this brand single-handedly tank their own brand by the nasty DMs they sent to a consumer? Youthforia is officially shutting down, and are people blaming bullying for the reason that they are closing their doors? And is POV Beauty following the same tracks as Kaima Cosmetics? We have all that and more in this week's new makeup releases, so grab a snack, grab a drink, because y'all, it is about to get juicy.
Hello, my most beautiful friends, and welcome to New Makeup Release Sunday, where we sit back, relax, and talk about all the new makeup releases that have been announced and sneak peeked, along with some industry news. Y'all, this top story is a doozy. I don't even know where to begin. This first story is about Kaima Cosmetics, who is a UK-based indie brand, and their nasty DMs that they sent to a fellow content creator. Her name is Ella. So last week, I happened to be doom strolling over on TikTok, as one does, and I saw that I was getting tagged several times in a video, and I was like, what is this? I've never really been tagged on TikTok before. So I clicked on it, and I started to watch it, and my mouth fell open. I could not believe what I was seeing. So I did the first logical thing I could think of. I immediately sent it to my beautiful friend Jen Love, because I knew that this was a story that she had to cover. Because if you guys don't know, Jen Love has a wonderful commentary channel here on YouTube where she does amazing deep dives on controversial issues that happen here in the beauty community. And I knew that she'd be the perfect person to tell the story, because she does very thorough research, she does amazing deep dives, and I also knew that she could reach out to both sides of the party to hear their stories to present it to you guys. So I was like, Jen, you have to talk about this, because I have never heard of this brand before. She said she never heard about this brand before, and we were both just like, I can't believe this is happening. Now, I do want to go ahead and preface and say that Jen has already posted a video here on YouTube doing a deep dive on this particular story right here. So if you guys do want to see it, I'll have it linked down below. Please go check it out, because she does amazing, thorough research. She tells you guys a whole backstory about this brand. She talks to you guys about Ella, her backstory as well. So please make sure you guys go check that out. I'll also leave Ella's video down below. She is the fellow content creator that is involved in this story, and she made a YouTube video talking about her experience, giving you guys her side of the story, telling you guys about how it made her feel and what she wants to see moving forward. So pretty much what ended up happening is that there's this brand called Kaima Cosmetics, and they're a UK-based indie brand, and the owner name is Gemma. So I think it was last week, Gemma came onto her Instagram stories pretty much crying that she got a negative review over on Trustpilot. Now, if you guys don't know what Trustpilot is, it is a website that you can go onto as a consumer, and you guys can rate your experience with the brand, with customer service, with the products. It is a place for you to give your true, honest reviews and opinions about brands and about products. And Gemma happened to see that she got a negative review over on Trustpilot, and that really upset her. So she went on to her stories, and she was just like, can you guys please go leave positive reviews? I hate that my 4-star rating dropped down. Now, Ella, who's also a UK-based content creator, she lives in Germany, and she works for a high-tech company in customer service. She saw that and was like, that's extremely unprofessional. You're asking people who've never bought your products to go leave you positive reviews. Trustpilot is supposed to be a website that you give authentic reviews on, and you're asking people to fake it just so you can raise your rating. And she didn't like that, so she ended up leaving a comment on the post. She said, so basically, you're begging for good reviews because someone shared their personal experience, and you are not adulting enough to just accept the fact that somebody felt that way, and now influence these reviews and basically direct it in a false direction just so you feel better. Wow. Because she was just like, you're literally asking people to give fake reviews just so you can improve your rating. And that didn't sit well with her. She was not afraid to voice her opinion. Now, what she didn't expect was for Kaima Cosmetics to reach out to her in the DMs. And they said, hello, Ella. Thank you so much for the constructive criticism. Can I please ask how I've not accepted that? Your comment was really mean, and I would love to understand your way of thinking. Now, this is where Ella said in her video, like I said, I will leave it linked down below, because she gives you her perspective. She thought, wow, okay, cool. This brand heard my thought, and they're generally open to constructive criticism. I could tell them how I feel, and they're going to take it like an adult, as one would expect, right? That's what you'd expect from a brand. So she said, Trustpilot is for customers to express their experience. You begging for good reviews is just not right, especially since you basically encouraged to write a review when people didn't order. Now, I thought what she said was not mean. I thought she was stating actual facts, and she was just stating her opinion. Now, what Ella did not expect to happen was what happened next. So the brand wrote back, you're such a wonderful person. Love you, LOL, crying face. Now, Ella didn't say anything to that. She just kind of left it be. Then the brand reached out again and said, I bet your days following are going to be amazing. Think of me when everything starts to go wrong for you. Witch hat emoji. Now, that really floored Ella. It would floor me too, because I'd be like, wait, what? Like, what? I would probably have no idea what to say, because I've never been talked to like that from a brand before. So I'd be like, this is extremely unprofessional. So Ella said, wow, you're a brand owner, honey. This is not the Disney Channel. Then the brand responded with this. LMAFO, you are nobody and look awful. It's always people that look like you. Have the best day. Sort your scabby skin out. Fatty. Post that to all your 1,000 followers. LOL. Now, Ella's response, pure class, pure grace, very demure. She said, my followers will love this story. Thanks. And from that point on, Ella did block the brand. Now, what I thought this brand might not have expected was this story to blow up the way they did. In their mind, they probably thought 1,000 followers is freaking nothing. No one's going to know this story, right? But I think they forget that 1,000 followers is still 1,000 followers. That's 1,000 people knowing who you are. I don't know 1,000 people in my real life at all. I don't even know like 100 people in my real life. So Ella posted this on social media, and it got picked up by people with hundreds of thousands of followers sharing this story. And I was so dumbfounded when I saw this, because I could not believe that this brand, let alone this owner, would call someone fat and scabby skin. And the fact that they said that, I bet your days following are going to be amazing. Think of me when everything starts to go wrong. And there's a petty side of me that wants to go, no, now you're going to be thinking Ella. Now you're going to be thinking of Ella while everything goes wrong for you. What comes around goes around. Like, this is pure karma back in your face. I cannot believe the audacity that this brand had to say this to Ella. Now, here is the kicker. This blew up all over social media. Kaima Cosmetics made an apology video. But y'all, here's the thing. This apology video, I can't even say this without laughing, because it is just the most absurd apology video I have ever seen in my freaking life. This apology video is literally a Disney fireworks show over it looks to be Magic Kingdom, but it could also be Paris. It could also be Disneyland Paris. The only reason why I say that is because Gemma does live in the UK. And it literally is a fireworks show with the Disney music playing in the background, with this long explanation as to why this happened. I burst out laughing when I saw this. I couldn't help myself. I literally burst out laughing. I said to Jen, I said, what type of apology is this? Now, if you guys don't know, I work at Disney. Okay? I work at Disney. I love Disney. I'm a Disney adult. I'm there all the time. I see the fireworks show all the time. So my mouth literally fell open, and I said, this is how they're choosing to apologize? And here's the kicker. This is what they said. In their apology video, they said, Kaima Cosmetics would like to wholeheartedly apologize for any offense caused by a post made by a staff member who was posting on behalf of the brand owner, Gemma. The staff member has now been dismissed from the company. This has truly spoiled Gemma's family holiday, and as a result, she'll be suspending social media content until we can recruit a reliable staff member to take over. Gemma has received vile comments and criticism for the post she was totally unaware of until late yesterday. As from the picture that has caused fireworks within the company and has damaged our brand, which we have worked tirelessly to build over the last few years. We have prided ourselves on our customer service, and it is entirely unacceptable for Gemma to receive vile posts and death threats caused by somebody who is now no longer with the company. We do not and have not ever encouraged false Trustpilot reviews and would never condone false reviews. As a small independent company, we have always strived for good customer service, and it is with a heavy heart we are ashamed that a supposedly trusted employee would abuse the trust we place in them to act on Gemma's behalf. Gemma is totally upset and distraught over this. We totally apologize to Ella on behalf of the company and could totally reassure our customers that this behavior is not tolerated by our brand. Once again, apologies for any offense it caused. Going forward, we will strive for more outstanding customer service. Regards, Gemma's dad. When I saw that apology video, y'all, the way that my jaw literally went, I could not believe this apology. I've never seen someone apologize this way. There are so many things to unpack in this apology. First off, one of the things I want to point out is they start off with their apology saying that if this was posted by a staff member. Now, they said the staff member no longer works for this brand, was a trusted staff member they let go. Now, Jen was able to do a thorough research and saw that there were 2 employees that were working for this brand. Whether it's really them or not, we don't know. But this post does claim that it was not Gemma and the DM sending this to Ella. Now, the thing that I want to point out that Ella also pointed out in her video was that the brand personally said, hello, Ella. Thank you so much for your criticism. Can I please ask how it's not accepted? I'm sorry, but there's a big part of me that truly believes that this was Gemma in the DMs, and I think she got caught, and instead of taking the ownership and accountability for her actions, she's going to push it on to somebody else, because it's easier to do that than to stand up and say, I fucked up. I fucked up. You caught me. I'm so sorry. She's trying to put the blame on somebody else. Now, granted, it really could be a disgruntled, it could be a disgruntled employee that said this, but we truly don't know. Either way, I just have a hard time believing that she was not involved in this, because I've worked for several beauty brands in customer service, and I know for a fact those brands are involved in their customer service, at least for indie brands. So for me, I kind of like side eye going, are you really not involved? Are you really not aware of what's happening? Like, I have a hard time believing that. Secondly, what I noticed about this apology is that the entire post was all about Gemma. You guys ruined Gemma's vacation. Gemma's favorite, family holiday was ruined. Gemma's now receiving harsh criticism and vile comments because of this. Gemma now is going to have her brand suffer because of this. Like, Gemma. What about Ella? What about Ella? She's the true victim in this. She was the one that was made fun of for her appearance, and it is completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable to talk about someone's appearance. It makes me so freaking mad whenever I saw it. It made me so freaking mad when I saw that. I could not believe that a brand ever said that to somebody. But they literally made this entire apology about Gemma. How Gemma's family vacation is now ruined because of this. Gemma's mental health is now ruined because of this. Y'all ruined Gemma's brand. What about Ella? What about how she feels and what you guys sent to her? Now, thank God Ella sent her video that she's been able to take this criticism and let it roll off her back. She was able to move past it. And like I said, she handled it with such grace. I would not have, by the way. I would not have, but she handled it with such grace. And she pretty much gives you guys her heartfelt emotion on this particular subject and what they said to them. But they literally did not make a genuine apology towards Ella. Now, they did say at the end that they wanted to apologize to her publicly, but when Ella went to go unblock them to see this apology, they had blocked her. They had completely blocked her. So that to me was just absolutely unacceptable in my opinion. If you're going to sit here and try to apologize to somebody, why would you block them? You know what I mean? Like, you literally talked shit to this person and now you're blocking them. No. I have a hard time believing this. Now, one of the things I do want to point out is that they does say that Gemma was getting death threats because of this. I do not condone death threats. I stand with Jen and I stand with Ella when they said they don't condone it either. I do not condone death threats. I cannot stand when people do that, because you really don't know what someone's going through behind closed doors, and that could just be the final trigger for them. So regardless of the fact that Gemma and her brand completely messed up, sending death threats is just unacceptable in my opinion. One of the things I also want to point out is the fact that this apology was told on Gemma's behalf from her dad. There is still a big part of me that believes that this apology was not written by Gemma's dad, that it was written by her herself, but that she just doesn't want to take accountability for her actions. I'm skeptical. There's just a part of me, and I'm not the only one. A lot of people in the comment section too, before they turn their comments off, also thought that this was Gemma trying to just, again, use someone else as a figurehead, being like, this wasn't me, I didn't write this apology, my dad wrote it, so that if it wasn't accepted, she could not take any blame for it. You know what I mean? So I just found the entire apology to be completely distasteful, completely unprofessional, and just absolutely absurd. To do an apology to a Disney fireworks show. And the worst part is, maybe I'm looking too far into it, and maybe I'm looking too far into it. But if you actually go and look at the video, because it's still up on their page right now, the first part of the fireworks show starts off with Little Mermaid, but then it switches over to Hunchback of Notre Dame. And if you guys have never seen that movie, it's a very creepy movie. It's very creepy for Disney. I'm not a fan of that movie for several reasons, but one of the things about this movie is that it's completely heartbreaking, because you have a character named Quasimodo who is made fun of and bullied for his looks. And to know that this brand essentially was making fun of Ella for her looks, and then putting that fireworks show with the Hunchback of Notre Dame soundtrack as an apology, I just could not believe it. I was just so dumbfounded, and I was just so dumbfounded by this entire situation. I could not believe that they were playing the soundtrack to Hunchback of Notre Dame with the fireworks in the background, trying to say that you guys ruined Gemma's vacation because of what happened. Now, for me personally, I think this brand owes Ella a huge apology. She actually said in her video, she's welcoming their apology because she believes that people do deserve a second chance. I'm a big believer in that. Unfortunately for me, I give people like 20 chances before I realize, okay, obviously I'm an idiot and I shouldn't accept them anymore. But I'm a big believer in second chances, and so is she. So I think it's a commendable of her for wanting to give this brand another moment to apologize. Are they going to? I don't know. I truly don't know. I think the way that they apologize kind of says a lot about them and their character. Now, for me personally, I think this is going to be very difficult for the brand to make a comeback on. Their rating now is a 2.9 over on Trustpilot. I think with the way that they handled this entire situation, from trying to blame their employee, which it could generally be their employee, to using their dad to make an apology over a Disney fireworks show, is just a horrible way to handle the situation. And I think that they truly need to take a step back, reflect, and actually come back with a genuine apology to Ella, because she's the one that deserves the apology, and kind of go from there. But I think full accountability needs to happen. For me personally, I don't believe in cancel culture. I do believe in holding people accountable, but I also believe in giving people a safe space to take the accountability. So I want to know from you guys, do you guys think that this brand can make a comeback? I personally don't think they will. I think it definitely is really going to hinge on how they make their comeback, whether they again want to step up and take accountability, or they can act like it doesn't or they can act like it didn't happen. That'll be a true telltale sign from how this brand is going to survive moving forward. So like I said, I'll have Jen Love's video and Ella's video down below. Please go check them out. They do amazing deep dives on this particular story right here. I just wanted to kind of touch on it because I was just so dumbfounded that somebody could actually speak to somebody that way and apologize the way that they did. Up next, Youthforia announced that they are officially closing their doors. They said, "I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your wonderful support over the past few years. It has been a dream to create such a beautiful brand, but unfortunately, I've made the hard decision to shut down Youthforia. I look back at these past few years with such love and appreciation. Thank you for being part of that journey, and I appreciate it so much. That being said, we're doing our final closing sale. Everything's 50% off, no code needed. All sales are final, so please share with your friends and family." From Fiona, founder of Youthforia. Now, it is no surprise to me that Youthforia is shutting down, because last year, if you guys did not know, they created a foundation shade range, and when they first launched the products, they did not make shades that were inclusive enough for deep skin. Then they decided to quickly go and rush to make a deep skin foundation, and they ended up creating a black face foundation shade. And wonderful content creators like Gloria called them out on their actions, called them out for using black face paint for a foundation, and they found themselves in huge controversy. They actually made mainstream media about this. Again, my beautiful friend Jen Love did a wonderful deep dive on this particular story. So it came as no shock to me that from that point, the brand just lost a lot of sales. I remember they were once featured inside Ulta, and I saw that their end cap kept getting smaller and smaller until I no longer saw them inside my store. And so it was no surprise to me that their sales started to dwindle and they can no longer keep their doors open. But what I did find shocking was actually the comment section on their post. Quite a few people are saying that the reason why they can't close their doors is because of the content creators and them getting canceled. I was dumbfounded. They're blaming the content creator and their bully reviews for why this brand is shutting the doors. I'm taking a look at the fact that yes, this brand did receive a lot of criticism last year for their shade range, but that is not the reason why they're closing the doors. It's because their sales have dwindled, because they just can't keep up with the market demands. They're not releasing anything exciting, and yes, they did hurt themselves for not being inclusive and handling it the way that they did. But to see the comment section in this post blaming the content creators for the reason this is shutting down was just wild to me. You have a comment right here that says, "This just goes to show that one mistake can turn into a downfall. In this time and age, hate from the beauty community can be so ugly." It's not hate from the beauty community. It's holding the brand accountable and calling them out on their lack of inclusivity and creating a black face paint foundation. How is that negativity? That's calling them out on their bad behavior. I didn't think that was negative. I thought they were actually people giving genuine reviews and genuine feedback, going, what are you creating? And why are you making deep skin tones an afterthought? Make that make sense. You have other people saying, don't shut down, just make more shades. Don't let people bully you into shutting down. Stand your ground. Brand has potential. Another one says, "I hate that this is happening. Influencers could be so cruel and other people just suck it all in. You didn't deserve that. You're amazing and I hate to see you go." Thankfully, one person said it's not one mistake. It's one mistake, triple with trying to excuse and cover up the mistake, to then providing 20 bajillion apologies with actually no action. They made a black foundation, sent it to dark skin creators to use as if it would match a person, and then double down on when they said that it's not color the person's skin. I can't remember the video they did, but they were finding models and using the video filter to try and make them look like it was working. They had lack of accountability from the company, and not apologizing or fixing a mistake were their ultimate downfall. And for me, I do agree. Yes, I do believe that incident last year truly was the catalyst for what caused the brand to downfall, because at that point, people just kind of stopped buying their brand. But to see people in the comment section defending the brand, saying that it is the content creator's reason for this content creator and the bullying is the reason why this brand fell. No, in my opinion, the reason why the brand is closing the doors is because they had lack of accountability. They doubled down on their actions. They double down on their shade range, and instead of standing up and say, we messed up, they continue to push forward and just try to wipe the situation under the rug. And people are just over it when so many other brands out there are making inclusive shade range or listening and stepping up. It's going to cause your brand to it's going to cause your people to overlook your brand, going, oh, they don't really care what this brand does. I'm going to go shop this brand. So for me, to see that the comment section was pretty much being like content creators are at fault, no. The brand's lack of accountability and actually trying to change and better themselves is the reason why this brand ultimately ended up closing their doors. So last but not least, I happen to see this over on TikTok. Now, I know a lot of you guys hate her, but I still report on it that Michaela Nagori was having a big meeting that can ultimately change her life when it comes to her POV Beauty brand. Now, if you guys don't know, Michaela Nagori does own the brand called POV Beauty. She is the founder, not the CEO, and she does have some big investors backing her brand. And she happened to post last week on TikTok that she was going out to New York because she had a big meeting that can change her life. Let me show you.
It's 3:30 a.m. and I am about to fly to New York City for a meeting that could change my fucking life. Say something without actually saying anything, this meeting would be the most full circle moment of my entire life. Honestly, bitch, it's not even a circle, it's an infinity sign. Something people dream of all their life. Like, just when I think my life can't get any crazier, just kind of in an orange mood. I never wear orange, but I just felt like the occasion called for it.
Now, one of the things I want to point out about that is that I'm pretty much going to be assuming that her brand is going to be going into Ulta Beauty. She said her brand is a multi-million-dollar brand that's only been around since March. Another multi-million-dollar brand possibly going inside Ulta. And if it's inside Ulta, that can absolutely explode her brand because now it's going to be seen by everyday consumers who might not know who she is. But that's not what really caught my attention. What caught my attention was the next video of her showing a day in the life of a founder. And in that video, she shows lots of potential products that are going to be coming out with POV within the next year. And I could not help but to see the similarity with her brand and Jaclyn Cosmetics. Jaclyn Cosmetics wasn't owned by Jaclyn, but she was the face of Jaclyn Cosmetics, and she had big investors behind her that were able to pour hundreds of thousands of dollars into her brand to create massive product launches. And seeing Michaela's same situation where she has arm swatches of all bronzers, it looks like blushes, lipsticks, like she is showing so much, and I could not help but go, this looks very familiar. I think I've seen this film before. And I didn't like the ending. And I am just so curious what you guys think. Do you guys think with POV potentially going into Ulta Beauty, do you think her brand has a chance to survive? Or do you think her brand is going to fall in the footsteps of Jaclyn Cosmetics, have all these massive launches, and eventually close the doors? I truly want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Because I've noticed over the last couple of years that a lot of influencer brands that go inside major stores can't necessarily keep up. I think the only two are Packed or Tall and One Size are the only ones that are able to hold themselves inside Sephora. The rest have dwindled away. The West are either closing their doors like Laura Lee Los Angeles. You have Lunar Beauty that was once inside Sephora that's no longer at Sephora. Addison Rae brand that completely shut down. You have Jaclyn Cosmetics that shut down. So I just want to know from you guys, do you think POV Beauty potentially ending up inside Ulta Beauty could be a phenomenal breaking point for the brand where they can explode, or do you think they'll eventually, or do you think she's going to eventually fall in the footsteps of Jaclyn Cosmetics and have her brand close down the line? I want to know from you guys. But whew, my friends, that is the top stories that happened this week. Now we're going to dive into this week's new makeup releases. It has been a lot. I hope you guys have grabbed your snack. I hope you guys have grabbed your drink because it has been a lot to unpack this week. So for this week's new makeup releases, we actually don't have that many that have been announced and sneak peeked, which I'm very grateful for because it means my wallet is safe. But we still have a few I want to talk about. So up first, a new launch from YSL Beauty. They're launching a brand new contour face palette. This is going to be a brush and highlighter palette that's only going to be available as of right now in Europe. This will contain 3 blushes and 3 highlighters inspired by the beauty of the desert. Inspired by beauty of the desert with the velvety, soft, delicate, shimmering powder formulas that's buildable and with nourishing ingredients. I will say I think the outside packaging is absolutely beautiful. Am I going to pick this up? No. Well, 1, it's not available here, but 2, I really do like YSL Beauty, but I just feel like I don't need to pick something like this up. I feel like this is just something that my wallet doesn't need, that my makeup drawer doesn't need, and that I just don't need to get as a whole. So for me, this is such an easy pass. Next, it looks like Milani is launching some new shades for their lip oil line. They're going to be launching their Fruit Fetish Autumn line. This is going to be a non-sticky tinted lip oils in a soft shimmer finish. It's going to have scents of hot cocoa, candy apple, mulled wine, and pumpkin spice. I think that's exciting. Now for me, that might not seem like much, but I think it's absolutely great that they're catering to those who love fall, like myself. Like having a pumpkin spice lip oil, say less. Clearly, you guys know that I'm obsessed with fall. So for me, I'm like, I want that. Is it going to smell good? I don't know. I don't know how it's going to age, because anything that has like a chocolate scent, like the hot cocoa, I find that chocolate tends to smell bad over time. Like the chocolate tends to smell like throw up over time, in my opinion. I've had some chocolate scented products I've had to throw it away over the years. So I'm just really curious to see how these will age. But for me, I thought that was exciting. So if you guys love fall, keep your eyes out for this one. Speaking of fall, Fenty Beauty is re-releasing their new Salted Caramel collection. The scent is going to be Salted Caramel, indulgent scent that blends like notes of caramel, cookie dough, and vanilla. This is going to include the Butter Drop Whipped Body Oil along with their Hydrating Body Milk and their Recovering Lip Mask. Now, I'm sure this is going to smell absolutely incredible. Salted Caramel, I think, is so underrated, especially because like whenever I try like this non-dairy salted caramel foam that they have at Starbucks, it tastes like butterbeer. Like butterbeer over at Universal Studios. It tastes phenomenal, and I just love the taste and love the scent of salted caramel. I think it's perfect for the fall season. Like I recently just got the brand new Rare Beauty perfume. This is gonna be a vanilla perfume with notes of caramel in it, pink pepper in it, sandalwood in it, and to me it smells like a spicy vanilla. Like it smells like a spicy vanilla perfume with just a hint of caramel. I absolutely love the way this smells. So I can only imagine pairing this with the Fenty Beauty line. Oh, it is going to be absolutely phenomenal. If I see it inside Sephora, I'm definitely picking it up. Up next, it looks like we have some new shades and some new products from Pat McGrath. So it looks like we're going to be launching some new Skin Fetish Sublight Perfecting Long Wear Blurring Setting Spray. This is a 16-hour dimensional blur finish spray for $38. You're supposed to drench your skin in lasting hydration while creating a soft focus finish. They're also launching the Skin Fetish Sublight Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powders in 2 new shades for $35. These are designed for the delicate under eye area, featherlight baked formula that delivers a soft focus effect and sets concealer in place without settling into any fine lines. Now, I have not tried either of these products, so I really can't tell you guys if they're good or they're bad. For me personally, I'm going to pass on them just because I'm not the biggest fan of Pat McGrath to begin with. So if you love the brand and you love the products, this is something you guys should definitely keep your eye on. Up next, looks like Glossier has a new product out. They're launching the brand new Skylight Liquid Highlighter. This is a skin-loving liquid highlighter for pearlescent radiance, infused with complexion-inspired micro pearls, a buildable formula that delivers a long-lasting radiance for non-sticky, non-tacky, never streaky wear. It's going to retail for $24, and I'm absolutely going to pass on this just because I would literally get no use out of this. You guys know I'm not a big fan of liquid highlighters, so for me, this is just something that I would get just to review, but never actually really enjoy it on the days that I'm doing, but never actually enjoy it. So for me, this is such an easy pass. Up next, I did talk to you guys about this before, but we officially have the date on the new Louis Vuitton makeup. So the luxury fashion house will release a line of color cosmetics with Pat McGrath as their creative director. The first launch will include 55 lipsticks, 10 nourishing lip balms, and 8 eye palettes. The launch date is going to be August 25th, and it's going to be available in 150 stores worldwide. Now, we just have a little sneak peek right here. I'm sure with Pat McGrath as the creative director for Louis Vuitton makeup, I'm sure this brand is going to do very well. I'm sure the products are going to be absolutely fantastic. Pat McGrath does create some really amazing products. I'm just not a big fan as a brand as a whole because I've had a bad experience with them and I just never really forgot. But I do think it's great that Pat McGrath herself is the creative director for Louis Vuitton makeup, and I feel like this brand is going to do very well. This is going to be something that people are definitely going to flock to. For me, I've always wanted to own a Louis Vuitton bag. It's been a dream of mine. So like, I'll low-key check out the makeup. It's probably going to be way too expensive for my taste, but I'm just curious. What do you guys think? 55 lipsticks? Dang, that's a lot. Up next, it looks like Peter Thomas Roth just launched a brand new water-drenched whipped cream cleanser. This is a lightweight, hydrating facial cleanser that transforms from a whipped cloud to a creamy lather, whisking away makeup, dirt, and impurities. It's going to retail for $34, and I'm just so curious about this. For me, I feel like I would have way too much fun with this. I feel like I would sit there and spray it on and go, ooh. I would have way too much fun playing with the whipped cream before it turns into a lather because I'm a child at heart, okay? And I remember being back on an extended day when my parents were working and I'd get off get out at 3 o'clock from school. I'd have to go to extended day, and they put whipped cream on the table, and we could just sit there and play and play and play. Like, I kind of want to do that with this. I'm kind of curious. Whipped cream, I'd have too much fun. What do you guys think? Is that exciting or not? Or is it just me? Up next, looks like Valentino has a new fragrance out. This is going to be the Born in Roma Ivory, a celebration of inclusivity, luxury, and feeling. The new fragrance takes its cue from individuality and capturing the essence of night to remember. The notes are going to be green mandarin, orange blossom accord, with the middle notes being meringue accord, and the base notes are going to be Madagascar vanilla and musk. I think I've only tried like one Valentino perfume that my friend Leah Janae sent me, and it smells good, but not enough for me to be like, oh, I want to go buy this brand. Like, I haven't really found a scent from them that I'm really honestly addicted to, but I'd be curious to see what this smells. I'm notorious for going to Sephora, spraying perfume on my wrist or my hand, and kind of walking around and seeing how it wears while I'm there, that I can keep going and like doing a smell test to see how does it smell on me, because it may smell great in the bottle, but then whenever you mix it with your natural pheromones and your skin, it does tend to take a different scent. It does tend to change its scent just a bit. So I like to see how well it wears, and if I really like it, then I'll buy it. But it's very rare for me just to blindly buy a perfume without smelling it first. Rare Beauty was an exception. I took a risk, I gambled, and it paid off, but not all perfumes have been that way for me. So for me, this was one of the ones I definitely would have to smell in person first. Up next, we have our first holiday 2025 reveal. Not fall, holiday. Christmas time. Christmas time is here in August. I can't talk shit though, because I put my fall stuff up August 1st. People get really mad about it. Every time people get mad about it. But it makes me happy. So it looks like Givenchy is unveiling their new holiday 2025 collection. This is going to come with the Prism Libra loose powder, the Libra highlighter, an eyeshadow palette, 2 matte lipsticks, and a makeup kit. Now, I don't know when this is coming. I will say the eyeshadow palette, surprisingly, is actually kind of cute. To me, it's actually kind of cute, and it's on par for Christmas. You have the golds, you have the silvers, you have the browns. It's kind of on par for a holiday look, in my opinion. So I feel like this could be really cute for the holiday season. I'm going to pass just because I don't need to get any of these products, but I will say, seeing them doing an actual like holiday collection, I feel like they're kind of on par for it. They really are. Up next, Unearthly Cosmetics teamed up with Kourtney Quarantine to release the new Unearthly Cosmetics Menacing Cream Lipsticks. They're going to be available in 3 different shades. You're going to have, they're going to be $18 each. And I think the shades right here are absolutely beautiful. Now, as far as I know, there is still no affiliate codes with the brand. But I will say, I did not pick these up just because I don't really wear a lot of gray tone, muted browns and deep plummy purples. Those are not really shades I tend to gravitate to, but I will say that I heard these lipsticks are absolutely phenomenal in terms of their quality. I think Kourtney Quarantine is a wonderful content creator. I absolutely love her looks, and I feel like if this is definitely your style, this can be one for you. I've seen all my content creator friends review this, and they absolutely love it. I just personally did not. I don't get PR from Unearthly, and for me, I just know that these colors are something that I would wear to do a review for you guys, but not really wear outside of that, just because they're not really my colors. But I heard they're phenomenal. I love the menacing lipstick of the shades that I do have. I love the formula there. So I'm really excited for the collaboration. I hope it's very successful. And like I said, it's available right now if you guys do want to go check it out. Up next, it looks like Way releases deodorant in their iconic scents. They're going to be launching, they're going to be $22 each. They're going to be coming in the scents of St. Bart's, Melrose Place, and Cape Town. And this is going to be an aluminum-free deodorant. So I am so curious because I've tried aluminum-free deodorants, and let me tell you, they make my armpits smell horrible. I put it on, about an hour later, I'm like, oh God, what is that smell? I go, oh, it's me. I'm stinky. Y'all, I live in Florida, okay? It's 100 degrees outside. It feels like 115 with humidity. I cannot be walking around with no stank-ass armpits. And that's what aluminum-free deodorants do for me. I know they're supposed to be really healthy for your body, but whew, in this heat, in this weather, I don't know. I'm sure it's gonna smell great, but I'm gonna pass, and everybody around me will be thankful for it. Up next, Ultra Eco just launched their brand new Sunlit Dream palette. Now, I am receiving this in PR. I don't know when it's coming in. This is a beautiful fall neutral eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love the outside packaging with like the autumn leaves and the lake. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and they're gonna have this amazing color story on the inside. Definitely is reminiscent of a fall palette. Kind of looks like their one that they came out with last year. I forgot the name on the tip of my tongue, but it looks very reminiscent to it. If you guys have never tried Ultra Eco, they are are a dupe brand. Do create dupes of like Natasha Denona palettes or Huda Beauty palettes. The best part about them is that their formula is just as good, if not better at times, at a third of the cost. I really do enjoy the brand. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. Like I said, it is available now. If you guys do want to pick it up, you guys can use my code, save 10% off, and I cannot wait for this to come in. That, my most beautiful friends, is it for today's new makeup releases. I actually don't have book of the week because I just started this book right here called The Silversmith. I just started it. I don't have any opinions on it yet. I barely had time to read this week, so unfortunately I can't really give you guys a recommendation, but just know this is what I'm reading. I think it's available on Kindle Unlimited, and just in case anyone is asking me what I'm wearing in my eyes, I am wearing the brand new Smolder palette from Cosmic Beauty. I did film a little reel. We'll post that to all my social media platforms, I think like tomorrow or something like that, so you guys can see how I got this amazing eye look. But that is it for this week's new makeup releases. I think it's safe to say that a lot of our wallets are safe. At least my wallet's safe. But I want to hear from you guys. What did you guys think of this week's video? Do you guys think the stories I told you were absolutely crazy? Are you guys wallets safe? Let me know that down in the comments below. But that, my most beautiful friends, is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, Are for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.